Alaska is a land of endless forests, towering mountains, and miles of empty wilderness. In the late 1970s, something dark was hiding inside that wilderness. Women were disappearing around Anchorage. Some were never found. Others were discovered in remote forests far from the city. At first, police believed these were isolated crimes, but investigators would eventually uncover something far more disturbing: a quiet baker in town, a man who hunted in the wilderness. His name was Robert Hansen, and he had been hiding a horrifying secret for years. Robert Hansen was born in 1939. He grew up in Iowa before eventually moving north to Alaska. In Anchorage, he built a life that looked completely normal. He owned a bakery. He was married. He had children. Neighbors described him as shy and quiet, but Robert Hansen had two passions that defined his life: flying small aircraft and hunting in the remote Alaskan wilderness. To the outside world, he was just another hard-working man living in the frontier. But behind that ordinary life was a dangerous obsession. During the 1970s, women began disappearing from Anchorage. Many of them worked in nightlife areas. Some struggled with poverty. Others were simply in the wrong place at the wrong time. The disappearances didn't immediately raise alarm. Anchorage was growing quickly. People came and went, but then hunters began discovering something disturbing: human remains, hidden deep in the wilderness, far from roads, far from the city. Someone had taken these victims into the remote forests and left them there. In June 1983, everything changed. A woman named Cindy Paulson escaped from a house in Anchorage. She ran barefoot through the streets. Terrified, she told police a shocking story. She said a man had kidnapped her, held her captive, and planned to fly her into the wilderness. Police were skeptical at first, but Cindy gave them a name: Robert Hansen. Detective Glenn Float began investigating Hansen. At first, there wasn't enough evidence to arrest him, but something didn't feel right. Hansen owned a small plane. He frequently flew into remote wilderness areas, and police had previously investigated him for suspicious behavior years earlier. Then investigators discovered something important. A rifle shell casing found near one of the victim locations matched a weapon owned by Hansen. The evidence was starting to build. Police obtained a warrant to search Hansen's home. Inside, they found a hidden aviation map. But this wasn't an ordinary map. It had dozens of small marks. Each mark corresponded to locations in the wilderness. Investigators believed these markings pointed to burial sites. The quiet baker was now the prime suspect in multiple murders. Under questioning, Hansen eventually confessed. He admitted to kidnapping women, flying them into the wilderness in his small plane, and abandoning them in remote areas. Investigators later recovered several victims in locations marked on Hansen's map. The scale of the crime shocked Alaska. Robert Hansen was eventually convicted of multiple murders. He received a sentence that ensured he would never leave prison. Robert Hansen died in prison in 2014. But the story of the butchered baker remains one of Alaska's most disturbing criminal cases. For years, he hid behind a normal life: a bakery owner, a husband, a neighbor. But the wilderness he loved so much was also where his secrets were buried. And it took one survivor to finally bring those secrets into the light.